Boom. We're alive. Cool.
Well, so my level up just got extra boring because level 3 druid gets nothing. So
Level 3 doesn't do much for much. Just it's good for hit points.
No.
you see, I'm just used to playing bards. That's where when they get their bard college and their expertise.
Yeah, level 3 is where a lot of people get their subclass from.
But I got mine at level 2, I guess. So
Yeah, I get mine. I start out with it as a cleric.
All right. So last time we came to Silvervale, and we saved Beldoris from her prison, and then went around town and learned of pretty much everyone's problems, and learned a little bit about the world. You learn that there's 10 people that are wearing masks in this valley, and I dropped my paper. Now all my names are gone. Aurelius, the librarian, suspects that a way to save the valley is to gather all the masks together. She calls all the people masks. She is unaware that you have
Killed the dwarf.
killed the dwarf and set the hunter free, and that you're in possession of their masks. There's a creature that the Leonians set free or came across in their delving for silver. Man, I am bad with names right now. Let me get my names really fast. It's the Sovereign, but I can't remember.
Shadow Sovereign?
The Shadow Sovereign, thank you. Called the Shadow Sovereign, and they released the silver to contain the Shadow Sovereign. The Shadow Sovereign cannot exit this valley because of the cover of this silver. And she suspects the only way that the Leonins will get rid of the silver mist is if the Shadow Sovereign is destroyed. When the Shadow Sovereign was discovered, also these masks came into existence. And so she's certain that the masks are the key to destroying this Shadow Sovereign. So, she gave you some quests saying that all the masks aren't here in this town. She told you about the dwarf and the hunter that are not here. She also told you that the alchemist, the witch, and the traveling salesman don't reside in this town and will need to be found and convinced to come back. Or, I mean, probably they only need the mask, so if they refuse to come back, you can take their mask from them and bring it back here by force. You also got quests from the caretaker or the cleric of this town.
Follow me, please. It is definitely not a trap.
His name is Cedric. I don't know if I actually told you that. He is really worried for this town because, to begin with, there were 4 sentinels that protected this town, and their energy repels all the undead that roam the valley. And over time, all the sentinels have failed except for one who he suspects is going to fail soon. So he asked you guys to head east of here to some ancient ruins, because that's where the power of the sentinels is coming from, and he wants you to investigate that in order to repower the sentinels and keep this town safe again. You talked to the bartender, the innkeeper here, who really likes silver and knows that the pirate that lives here has some silver stashed somewhere. And he says if you work together, you could probably get a lot of silver for yourself and for the innkeep. And he says, but you probably have to trick the pirate into revealing where the treasure is located. He seems a little bit skeevy, but he's willing to... You guys paid for 7 days of food and rooms at the inn from him. You didn't talk to the pirate, but you did talk to the dancer. The dancer, her name is Isadora. And she performed for you at the end of the day. And the dance was very sad and very sweet. And Sniff talked to her and learned that she really doesn't want to be in this world anymore. She is jealous of the people that are buried behind the church and wants to be with them. And wouldn't go into too much more detail than that. But Sniff said that you guys would help eventually, and you're not sure what to do in that situation. But at the end of the session last time, you decided that gathering the masks was probably a good priority to get this going. And you decided the first one you wanted to visit was the Alchemist, which is up north. And that is the recap. Cool. So, you guys spend the night, leveled up, spent the night at the inn, got some okay meal. He's a good cook, but he doesn't really have a lot to work with since he doesn't eat, so he doesn't keep a lot on hand. But you get basic rations, and you're filled, which is all you can really ask for. But what would you guys like to do? Is there anything you'd like to do before you leave?
It doesn't seem like there's a shop or anything around here, right?
You did not around here. You don't know.
I know there's a traveling merchant.
There is a traveling merchant. There is other towns that were mentioned but never really talked too much about. These people all looked like they have been in this town and kind of cut off from the rest of the valley for a while. The only people that aren't cut off are the people that actually leave the town, which is like the alchemist and his wife, the traveling merchant, and the witch that doesn't live here, and I guess the other two that you already met. And you didn't talk to the pirate who, yeah. I don't know if you'd have anything.
No, we haven't talked.
Shall we go find the alchemist? Seems like the
Yeah.
pirate doesn't move, so we can always talk to him when we get back.
Do we know what direction the alchemist is in?
They marked it on your map, and it is up north. You kind of have to go back into the forest a little bit to reach the alchemist.
All right. I think after everything we did in the last, I'm ready to go.
Cool.
Agreed.
Same here.
Awesome. So you begin leaving.
Let's do it.
You begin leaving town, getting your stuff together. Sniff jumps on his trusty steed of a wolf, Patches, so he doesn't have to ride on Trilk anymore. And you start leaving the town. As you do so, Aurelius comes running out and stops you, and she says, I know that we just met, and you guys seem very capable. But after you leave the border of this town, the Sentinels won't protect you anymore. I don't know if you've seen the spirits out there, but they are angry. There's not many. They're spread out in the valley. But if you come across them, do not hesitate. Either run or fight them. They are not nice.
Thank you for the warning.
I don't want to lose our hope, our only hope that we've had this entire time. All right. And you leave town and begin to head north. The map is very basic. I mean, it's handwritten. I believe you got the map from the hunter, so there wasn't much besides the woods on that map. And you guys marked up where people were telling you to go. And so you're not quite sure exactly the direction to go. There's kind of a trail, but not a very worn trail. And you start heading north. Let me pull up map number 2. Okay, you might have to zoom out and find yourself. So it becomes around early afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And you've been following this trail, heading north for a while. I need anyone who's paying attention to give me a perception check.
Yeah.
11.
7.
Oh. I don't know how to add my what is it? My skills, how I have pluses onto the dice.
If you click
On
the
Owlbear Rodeo?
on Albert Rodeo, there's a little eyeball that you can hide your roll with, and right under that there's a plus or minus. It doesn't automatically do every single different one.
Well, then 15, because I got +5 on perception.
Awesome. That's actually really good.
Rolled a 17 plus 2 for 19.
Awesome. Well, Beldoris, you've been a cleric for a little while. You've come across undead before. And ahead of you, you see a shimmer. It takes you a second, but as you focus on what you saw, a knight, an ethereal knight pops into view, and next to him, what looks like a cleric. And because you're super cool and rolled really high, and because Sniff is paying attention as well, behind them, what seems like a wizard comes into view. And Sniff, as you're walking up this trail, and you're feeling those air currents and kind of sniffing the air, and you see those ghosts pop up in front of you, you do feel something kind of to your right side, but you don't see anything. And they seem to be blocking the path.
Do they notice us?
Yes.
They see us?
They do see you coming up.
So is it like a ghostly hand touching me, or
no? It's like the air pressure changes. It's not touching you, and it's not like close to you, but you do feel something. A little bit of a change, like something moved, maybe a dozen yards away or a dozen feet away. But whatever it is seems to be concealing itself very well.
And is that something that I don't notice? Only Sniff notices?
Only Sniff notices that one.
I'll start by telling everybody else, hey, up ahead. It seems like we might have some enemies up there. Something. They seems like they're standing there, like they're guarding something. What do you think we should do?
So as you're telling them that, Trolk and Shinor, you kind of look ahead, and it's almost like the sun's in your eyes, but the sun is behind the silver clouds. But after Beldoris tells you about it, you do see the kind of the wave of a figure come into view, so everyone can see those three.
So, you said there's a knight, and who are in the front?
A knight, a cleric in the front.
Uh-huh.
That's what they look like. One's a sword and shield and armor in the front, and robes and a morning star. And then behind, something in like wizard's robes.
Well, I'm gonna shoot this one here that looks like the cleric with a guiding bolt.
Awesome. Where did I put their hit points?
So that is a dirty 20.
That will definitely hit.
Dropped a dice. Let's try this again.
Sniff is going to investigate the air pressure and the feeling on his right. So
Okay.
he'll move in that direction.
11 damage. And it starts 11 radiant damage, if it matters.
It does matter.
And it starts glowing. The next attack on it has advantage.
Cool. Now you really see that cleric. It gives off a blue glow, and outside the blue glow, you see it almost a white silhouette around it. Before we get into initiative, Sniff, roll a quick investigation as you're getting closer to the trees, peeking around.
And it'll also be +5. 6.
You see nothing. Whatever it was, you don't even feel the air pressure anymore. It's either went away from you or is not moving at all. You're not sure. It just feels like it's gone now. Cool. Let's roll initiative. Let me roll their initiative. Love this part.
Oh, crap.
21.
Got 3.
2.
Not good rolls.
17.
And we're pretty well split up. Cool. Trolk. You go first.
Yes. All right. 2 seconds. All right. I am going to move 30 feet up, and then right in front of that, I'm going to cast right in front of the warrior. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Cool.
Which is just a lightning glaive. It looks like my glaive, but just made out of lightning.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if I have anything that'll... Oh, I think I do. We're going to give you a shovel.
Okay. And then it is going to attack the knight.
Attack away.
With a 19.
That will definitely hit.
Right. D8. 9 force damage.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, so that was my movement, and that is my bonus action. So I am going to... How far away are they? 55. No. Curses. Maybe hug this wall a little bit, try and break out line of sight.
You already moved. Oh, I guess you got
action dash.
Yeah, I forgot about the action.
Yeah, I movement action dash. Sorry, give me 1 second.
I realized that after I said it.
Oh, so I forgot about my sneak attack, and I attacked a creature with an attack roll. So it does 7 more damage to the cleric. Technically on my guiding bolt.
Okay.
Because I forgot about my sneak attack, but I don't think I'm going to get it ever again, so might as well get it now. And that's my turn.
Cool. Shanor.
I think. Yeah, I am going to cast Long Strider. Let's cast it on Beldoris.
Beldoris. What does that do for her?
So it gives her 10 extra movement speed.
Cool.
So long as I'm remembering correctly, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, and then I'll just move my 30 feet, and that is my turn.
Awesome. So you guys look ahead. You're watching Trolk's magical glaive attack this knight. And you see behind the knight another flicker. Something flies through the air, jumping over the knight, and appears next to the spiritual weapon. Oh, come on, let me click it. Another ghost appears and begins punching at the spiritual weapon. Does a 20 hit?
That's what I'm trying to look.
A dirty 20 and a 12.
Let me look it up in the actual book, but I don't think you can actually attack the spiritual weapon.
Well, let me know.
Is this spell or is it part of your cleric stuff?
You're creating
wrap
a
a fruit roll up
floating
around it.
spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration, which is 1 minute, or until the spell,
No.
or until you cast the spell again.
I mean, you can wrap it,
On a
'cause
hit,
then I get a
bonus
free
action. The
fruit roll,
weapon can
but-
take whatever form.
but that's it.
So, yeah, it has no hit points. It has no AC.
What'd you
It is
say?
a spectral weapon. You can't attack it. There's nothing to attack.
Well, then he doesn't do that.
I still think he does, not knowing that you can't attack the weapon.
Officially, does that mean he won't get opportunity attacks as well?
Yeah, I can't do an opportunity
Okay, that's-
attack.
Let
That's
me
what-
wrap a fruit roll up around
Yeah,
it.
like it on my turn as
But
a
if
bonus
it's
action.
if it's a spiritual weapon and it's spiritual beings, wouldn't the spiritual beings, in theory, be able to hit the spiritual weapon though? Like,
No, because they're so it's holy, and it's different realms.
All right.
Okay.
Well, he moved 15 feet, so he's going to move another 25 feet
Yeah, he
Cast fireball.
to there.
Fireball.
And he does not have range, so that'll be his turn. Oh wait, he's gonna actually he's actually gonna run up right to Shinor.
that's what I was looking, because I was like, hey, do I get attack of opportunities? And I googled it, and it's like, no, does not get attack of opportunities.
Sorry, Lily.
But yeah, it doesn't mention a AC, and I guess if it doesn't have an AC, you can't be attacked.
We just gotta break your concentration.
It's not even concentration.
We just gotta break your face.
it just lasts for a minute.
We're just gonna break your face anyway. Cool. Well, the monk runs up to Shinor, but does not have enough movement to actually do anything with that run up.
No, so I think it sticks around even if I'm not, like, it'll disappear after the minute. But even if you knock me out, I still think it's there. Just nothing can happen.
It can't be commanded. So
Yeah, but yeah, for a minute it's just there.
cool. Then we're gonna
Fix up, bro.
Let me see if I have a good spell for wizard. Pull up the correct. Doodle doodle doo. How far? Okay. The wizard is gonna shoot Trolk.
That's rude.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it is dirty 20 again.
Nope, that doesn't hit. My AC is 65.
I have the most AC out of all of them. As a firebolt
Okay.
comes out of this ethereal wizard's hands and does 1 fire damage.
Ooh, that's scary.
Hey, Adriana. Rolled the lowest it could roll on that. All right. And then the cleric will also run up closer. Oh, wrong button.
Remember, the next person that has attacks the cleric gets advantage on their attack.
And
Because of the guiding bolt?
Yeah.
Or what?
Because of the guiding bolt.
cleric's gonna hang back, and let's get a cleric spell out there.
Ooh, crazy.
So looking at these guys and kind of the weirdness of the group, it almost looks like this is an old dead adventuring party.
Leave no witnesses.
We're not here to commit war crimes.
That's what you think.
All right, I'm
We're always here to commit war crimes.
gonna need
Geneva Convention. More like Geneva Suggestion.
I'm gonna need Shinor to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fine, if you insist. Also, because I say if I say no, I don't wanna, it will just make it hit me. So 17.
So you do see flames start to erupt around you as well, but you're able to step out of the way before they ignite where you were just standing. You passed your saving throw. Cool, Belladonna. Beldoris. Wow,
Doris.
I'm mixing up all the names.
Well done.
you were like so confident it was Donna.
I was
Like,
so
that was the
confident.
one part that you weren't changing.
He's gonna change sniff to whiff.
Okay, so first thing I'm
Split.
gonna do I'm gonna figure out how. I have 40 feet of movement, right?
You have
The long strider.
Yes, you have 40 feet of movement right now.
All right, I'll
Getting there.
head over here. What was that?
Basically, so getting there.
I'll go over here. Is that tree gonna block my line of sight?
no. You're
Right
good.
here.
I assume
Um,
I assume that your
okay.
character is smart enough that they wouldn't just do something against a
I
tree.
would assume so too. Even with 9 intelligence.
I know
and
Shinor
so.
might do something against a tree, but not you.
There. Okay. So I'm also gonna cast my spiritual weapon,
Awesome.
and what I'll do is I'll.
Put it wherever you want.
What was that?
I gave you a pickaxe
Okay,
for your
well,
spiritual weapon.
It's gonna be a flail actually, because
I'm gonna
that's my preferred. What was that?
I'm gonna get a picture of those for next time.
All right, sounds good. Sweet.
He wasn't expecting two
Right.
spiritual weapons.
Well, when you have two
Oh.
clerics. So I'm gonna raise my flail, just coming out of the ground, rising up slowly in front of the cleric. You know
Okay.
what the fuck that is? And then let's see. So that was my bonus action, right? Actually, so on the same turn, I can also when you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you can
Okay.
attack. You can attack him.
Right. I always forget this one. How is this one calculated? Do I have to use?
Plus
Nice.
your spell modifier.
So your wisdom modifier.
Gotcha. Okay. Wisdom modifier. Okay. 1 second to get that set up. So I'm rolling a 7.
Oof.
I'm guessing that does not hit.
No, the cleric
Is that
it
with
does
you?
not hit.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, this you pop up out of there, and you can tell this is a cleric. He's dealt with spiritual weapons before, and kind of sees it coming, and steps out of the way before you get your swing off. But you still have an action.
Wait, that was the cleric. You've got advantage. Roll again and take the higher number.
Oh yeah, roll one more time.
Oh, okay. Forgot about that. Let's roll. Oh,
A 9, which
7
is
again.
still not enough.
yeah. Okay. Oh, didn't save that modifier on there. Alright, so I still have an action.
Yeah.
What I can do right now. Are you all within 30 feet of me?
I think
30 feet.
Sniff is not.
Yeah, Sniff is not.
Guys, he's slow and hasn't gotten to go.
He was distracted by that thing behind us.
Okay. Anyway,
I also
so I
rolled
guess
a 2, so I don't know.
yeah, so seeing that my flail didn't actually hit the
Joe.
cleric, I turn towards Sandor and
I see
Troll,
you.
and
Your
then
team.
I cast Bless on them.
Troll.
Dorito chip.
Shinor, you are blessed.
Woohoo!
You can now hang,
right?
but now you can hang in your front room on your white wall a sign that says "blessed."
Bless the.
Hashtag Blessed.
Bless this mess. Cool. Awesome. Sniff, what would you like to do?
Nobody's near me. Everybody's having so much fun.
Everyone's run away to go fight the ghosts. Dorito chip.
Jeez, I feel so unbothered.
There
Let's
you go,
craft
Joe.
up.
Maybe keep up next time.
Nah, I rolled a 2. You guys were busy. I'm gonna roll a potion. I'll send it to you. It's on the same website that you shared with me, so
Yeah.
we'll be working together.
I threw some
I don't know
quick pictures in the chat for our spiritual weapons.
Chai.
I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
Sup, Joe.
Sent it to you in message.
What up, Geo?
Hi, Joey.
It only asks for 1 mountain flower.
All right. Being a legendary potion, that's going to be a higher roll. Go ahead and roll.
And I'm chillin' tipsy of haha.
Add your proficiency to
At
that.
exoticfords_your shy.
Would that be in medicine, or would that be in...
You'll just have your proficiency bonus up at the top
Hi, Joe.
because you are proficient in your herbalism kit.
Why are you playing tonight?
18 is perfect. So you do roll that. This is a kind of a meta potion.
Getting on Ford at all?
So
What do you mean by meta potion?
it's the potion. You can know the answer to one question. You might want to save that for a little bit. Just let you know.
Oh, I know.
But cool, you do brew that potion, and that will take your action. Do you want to move or do anything else?
I'll move about over here into the grass, into the foliage.
You are just
Am I still completely seen, or am I
water
kind of like...
Roll stealth to see if you're hiding.
Dexterity. No. 6.
Yeah, you're like just like up against a tree, but you're still like watching the battle happen, so your head is sticking out.
What you playing?
D&D, man.
Perfect, and I'm green
Valley of
colored
Silver.
too. I'll take it.
Awesome. Cool. It is the knight's turn. He walks up.
Not sure what that is, lol.
Pushes his shield up against your spiritual weapon and kind of just pushes it out of the way as he comes past. He's not going to be able to get up to anyone either. Everyone's going to have to wait till their next turn, but he's going to come up to you.
As he comes in at my range, I get an
You
opportunity
get an attack. Wait. Never mind. I was mixing bonus action and reaction.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, didn't you use your reaction, but you used your bonus action?
Yup.
Dungeons and Dragons, baby.
22?
Definitely hits.
Okay. 5 plus 8.
8. Cool. He takes it and it takes it like a man. You hit him right in the chest, and he just kind of like puffs out his chest and gets ready to attack you. I'm gonna roll a quickie dicey for reasons. Who's sending me stuff? Or not? Okay.
I'm sorry if I distracted you.
Beldora. I'm gonna get this. Beldoris. Right at the... As you're watching your spiritual weapon casting Bless, you feel a cold prick on the back of your neck.
All right.
As a dagger swings by and stabs you. Rolled a 22 to hit you, so I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it does.
And we're not at the OP armor class stages yet.
Which will do 11 piercing damage.
Oh, Jesus.
And is going to try and attack you again. Does a 17 hit?
17 AC?
Yeah.
So
what is your AC?
17.
Okay. I always go towards the player with ties, so you feel this first attack hit you and turn around, and another dagger comes at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way as a secret or a sneaky little rogue, the one that Sniff was sniffing out, decided to go for you first.
Right. Actually, as my reaction, could I use my Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, you can. That is a reaction move.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, let's see what is that? So, creature has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it almost landed on 19, but it is a 9. So plus that will be a 10. So you do hit with that, all of the Hellish Rebuke.
Nice. Takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save. Roll that. Three and
3.
Wait, what's that, a d10?
Yeah, it looked like a d10.
Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, so that was 6 damage.
Awesome. So yeah, you feel this dagger hit and turn around, dodge the second dagger, and just glare right at this ghostly rogue. And you can see its color turns from blue to a red flame as it steps back on fire. Do you do anything special with your Hellish Rebuke? For flavor?
I just let's see. I'm gonna raise my hands. Oh, I'm gonna first point them towards the ground and then raise my hands up to the sky as the flames swirl in a tornado around the ghost.
Awesome. Cool. And then we will go all the way back around to Trolk. Not right now. We're going to be playing Jackbox Games a little bit later, and I'll definitely be drinking for that.
Bonus action. Close enough. And he will attack.
Valid.
Attack the wizard. I thought this was going to be hard because I was going to make it 5 versus 4. And then
14?
Then spiritual weapons come in. 14. 14 on the wizard will hit.
Perfect.
You thought you would outnumber us? No, we're outnumbering you.
9 damage.
Cool. Cool. What else you like to do?
You still play Fort, have played Fort, haven't played with you in a minute.
I do still play. I'm slowing down. I'm trying different games, trying to broaden my horizon. I do 2 days of this D&D, and then I've been playing like scary games and stuff lately.
That's good. Okay. I'm going to shatter these two.
I love shatter.
Well, here's the best part.
Bring it.
So they have to do...
That's cool.
Constitution saving throw.
I don't think they have much of a constitution, being ghosts and all.
Mm-hmm.
They just get +0. And rolled a 5 and a 2.
All right, perfect. So, starting at 2nd level, you can use your... It's thunder damage. When rolling thunder damage or lightning damage, you can use your channel divinity to do max damage instead of rolling. So they take 3d8, which is 24.
That is 24 damage each.
Yes.
Awesome. So that was who? The monk.
And the cleric, yes.
The monk was at full health. So that much.
To play.
And the cleric is dead. I mean,
huzzah.
Again. So the cleric gets hit with this, and the ethereal energies around it can't go anywhere. Usually spirits would just like vaporize into the ether and go to wherever they're supposed to go. This one seems to almost implode in itself, and a jewel gets filled with its essence and drops to the ground. Small
Spirit orbs.
blue jewel lands on the ground as the cleric is no more.
Don't really get this game what you have to do.
I made a story, they follow rules, and they play their characters. It's role playing. Right now they're fighting some ghosts, and they're going to do some puzzles a little bit later. Is there anything else? And that's all your turn? Cool. Shinor.
I mean, I could try and move, but that's not going to do much good.
Okay.
Sounds sick.
It's a lot
super
of fun.
fancy turn.
You get to
main action to wild shape activate my spores, and that's it.
Spores are activated. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That means Monk just got
now
shattered.
has to do a con save.
Monk does another con save. A 17.
Motherfucker. Yeah, he's fine.
He just got shattered.
He's a ghost. He doesn't breathe in my spores.
He does. Yeah, he can't.
He's already out of breath.
But he's gonna go ahead and start punching away like monks do. And just do, you got 2 punches coming at you, an 18 and a 4.
18 hits.
Cool. 10 max damage. 10.
Ow!
As he just like you spit out these spores, and he just clocks you right over the jaw, and then goes in for another one, but misses that second one. Cool. Wizard is still alive. I gotta get rid of the cleric. Sniff is being really good and is not going to get attacked.
Heck yeah.
Okay, then we're going to do this to see who gets attacked by the wizard. Shinor is not going to get hit by the wizard. Cool. Yeah, that was waste of a turn, wizard. Beldoris.
Let's see. So as my action, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cool.
So let's see, that is 1d8 plus 5. Second. 8 plus so kill myself for 10.
Which is perfect.
Almost perfect.
Almost, but okay, you needed one more.
Okay. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to move my my flail, which is a pickaxe.
Yes, I gotta make
And
this really quick.
I'm gonna it'll like float through the air with the flail just kind of like glittering behind it. And then I'll attack that.
The rogue.
What's that again? Like a rogue?
Yeah, it's a rogue.
Yeah, the rogue. Okay, so that's gonna be a
Yeah, I should have sacrificed Cepheus.
What did Cepheus do?
Cepheus isn't here.
Sorry, I should have sacrificed Shinor.
Like, what did Cepheus do?
I just realized that the rogue was there, and so if I put the... No, it's only 10-foot radius, so it wouldn't have hit. It wouldn't have gone over. Right?
Yeah.
10-foot radius.
Alright, so I rolled an 11. Hit.
11 on the rogue. Will not hit.
Alright. Well, just after that, I can't really do much else. Okay, I still have movement, right?
Yes, but if you move away from the rogue, he will get an opportunity attack against you.
Unless you disengage.
And then...
but you already used your...
Yeah, I don't have...
bonus action.
Let's see. Actually, yeah, so you established that the
main action to disengage, not
they can't do
rogues.
opportunity, right?
What's that?
We established earlier that spiritual weapons can't do opportunities of attack.
Spiritual weapons will not do opportunity attacks. They only act on command.
So it's probably not worth. Okay, so I'll just stay here, tapping the rogue.
Cool.
A spiritual weapon.
Sniff, you're up again.
Alright, I'm gonna move 8 feet over here. I'm gonna use Draconic Cry.
Cool. Let me check your distance really fast. Oh. it'll only affect the rogue. But if you moved like right here, you could affect the monk and the rogue with that.
All right, I'm gonna put myself in some dangers.
So, Sniff runs up there, and for being so small, he does a roar that surprises almost everyone, especially the ghosts. And the ghosts get really distracted. And so any attack made against the monk or the rogue for the next turn, or I want to read about it, but you'll have advantage with those attacks. They are looking at this terrifying little kobold dog and are distracted. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Sniff?
I still have a small file of bog from when I fought the deer.
Uh-huh.
Can I lunge that at somebody?
That you already used your action doing that roar, so you'll have to save that for the next turn.
Perfect. And that's what I'll do at the moment.
Cool. Trolk does a 16 hit.
16 is my AC, so no.
Cool. Well, with all this going on, you are dead focused on this knight right in front of you. And he comes down with his sword, and you're able to use your glaive to push it away. He comes up for another attack, and doesn't even come close that time. You are able to avoid both of his attacks.
Huzzah.
Beldoris. Does a 17 hit? Or is yours the 17?
Yeah, 17 AC.
Cool.
Does not hit.
Well, this distracted rogue ghost goes to stab you again, and you have it flanked, and it cannot focus. It got a dragon on the other side of this pickaxe, and it's pretty scared. For a ghost, it's hard to see that it's scared, but it can't. You can tell it's not focusing on its attacks and misses both of its attacks. And we go back to Trolk.
I will use my bonus action to attack the wizard in the back.
Cool.
23.
Will definitely hit.
For 8 damage.
That's exactly what you did last time to it. No, never mind. You did 9 last time. Okay.
And then I will attack the knight in front of me with a 22.
It does hit.
I have a question. Are pack tactics automatic?
Yeah, pack tactics go automatically.
But you have to be 5 feet away. Right, so pretty much right next to someone for that to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Joe.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about it because you kind of glossed over their turn so quickly. The knight needed to do a con save on his turn for the spores.
11.
Okay, so that one is breathing them in, so he takes 1d4 necrotic.
I hit the knight for 4 damage.
And so did Shino.
And I also hit it for 4.
I rolled a 1 on my damage.
Awesome.
I saw that one. I was like, oh, I feel so fucking pathetic.
So yeah, Sniff, you need to like sneak up behind someone. So like all these people except for the wizard, you could get pack tactics on. You just have to use a melee attack for
Get
that.
in melee range, yeah.
The spiritual weapon might actually count as an ally.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
Let me read exactly what pack tactics.
Cool. Shanor, it is your turn.
Since the weapon doesn't have like an armor class or stat block of any kind, I personally would disagree with that, but but that's also up to the DM.
So it's weird, because I've seen it before.
If Sniff wants to go and attack the wizard, I'll look it up and make a decision. But if not, we'll look it up later. I'll make a
Be on
decision
your
later.
toes.
Sniff's
You
got
can't predict.
Sniff got some daggers. But that's his choice. The other ones,
Okay.
the other three, he can definitely get pack tactics on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Shanor, you are up.
Okay. I'm going for a slash with my scimitar on this one.
Cool. Get it.
$14 to hit.
You just hit it. It looks like it's going to try and dodge out of the way, but you still make contact with the monk.
Well, I'm supposed to have advantage on that roll as well.
We'll roll again to see if you crit. You don't.
7.
But you do hit with that first roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So no, spiritual weapon doesn't count
12 damage
as
in total.
anything. Doesn't count as an enemy for sneak attack, so it wouldn't count as an ally for
that's what I
flanking and stuff like that.
That's what I assumed, but I was going to go read up on it just to make sure. It's
I just googled it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, one of those dice is slashing, the other dice is necrotic for my scores.
So you're starting to see with the monk, you can kind of see that concentration of energy at the middle of it. It's not a jewel, but it's looking like it's gonna be soon. Well, monk's gonna punch right back after a constitution roll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It got a 22, so it'll do just fine.
22?
Or 21, sorry. No, constitution. I was reading the wrong one. 19. It's still fine?
Mm-hmm.
I was reading it as +2 for some reason.
If I had a spell save of like 20 at level 3, that yikes. Would not want to be going against me, that's for sure.
So, does a 14 hit?
Nope.
So that you're ready for this first attack. And he takes a swing, and you dodge out of the way, and you see his hurt, beat up, ghostly face focus, and you almost see a little bit of recognition of what he's doing. It's not ghostly, but almost you see something in there. And the second attack crits. Not that it does any more damage. It does 6 damage.
Yes, because logic, the crit does less damage than the normal hit.
The crit did a lot less damage. But you feel it like he made good contact with that hit. Just didn't do the damage. Wizard is going to Go after Shinora again
Yeah,
because.
and then that damage was enough to deactivate my stores. So.
Okay. And a miss with that firebolt as well. Not a very good wizard, just a wizard. This is a low-level party. Cleric is dead, so Beldoris, you're up again.
Okay. So I just want to get rid of this rogue now, so I'm gonna swing with my the Beldoris. So let's see. Roll for that. And the melee weapon is just a strength modifier, right?
Yeah.
Let's make sure. Get 0 extra strength. I roll for a 7.
It does
That
not
doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. So then, for my bonus action, I'm gonna swing with my flail, spiritual weapon.
Cool.
And get her from the side. And see, so that's gonna be a was a 13 hit?
13 does not hit. This guy's quick.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll on my turn there. But I'll yell at everybody else. Hey, I need some help over here. I think it's too quick for me. Can't hit it.
Awesome. Sniff. You are up.
I'm gonna do some geology.
Geology.
Do I have the ability to coat my daggers if I have poisonous stuff?
If you have
Is that a
poisonous
bonus?
stuff, it would be a bonus action to coat him, yes.
Oh my god, what are these things?
Those are the actual spiritual weapons.
Okay. Can I coat one of my daggers in a file of bog?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
It'll do a little extra acid damage when you hit. Oh,
Perfect.
Beldoris, really quick, roll both of those attacks again. You should have advantage on those.
Oh, alright.
I
roll a Beldor's attack again.
Okay. Beldoris still doesn't hit, but what about your spiritual weapon? Try that one more.
20.
Let's try that again.
That will hit.
17?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Okay, and then that one does 1d8 plus 2. Roll. 7.
Nice. Cool. Your spiritual weapon does make contact. Okay. Sniff, back to you. Sorry.
I'm blindly going to go into a rage and charge at the spectral figure with a poison-coated dagger.
Cool. Which spectral figure are you going after? The rogue or the monk?
The rogue. The
Okay.
rogue is the lady looking at me.
Yeah, lady with the daggers.
Perfect.
So yeah, he's still screaming that draconic roar and goes running up at the rogue. Go ahead and make a dagger attack.
You want me to roll or do you want me to show you?
Roll. You would have advantage, but it doesn't matter anymore because you just crit. So you'll roll a d4. And then I forgot what your... I think it's at +3, so that's going to do 5 damage with a crit. And then I think your acid was a d6. So the square cube die. That crit did not crit. So altogether you did 7 damage to this rogue.
That crit did the least amount of damage it could.
It was... This angry little dragon comes up, and you stab at her legs, and it rips,
only 3 foot.
It rips through the armor and makes contact, and you're feeling pretty tough about this, but she's still up.
Do I have any more moves to make?
You will have no more moves to make. You used your bonus action to coat your dagger. You used your move. Well, some of you can move, but it's not really worth it. And then you used your action to attack.
But does that mean that the pack tactics within 5 feet works?
You crit with that first one, so you didn't need to roll a second one. You didn't have to do advantage. It wouldn't have got any better.
Dorito chip.
If you rolled a 19, I would have made you roll one more. But you rolled a 20.
When you going to do Jack?
If I get hit, I'm going to scream into the
mic. You might get hit. So Knight is going to make 2 attacks on Trolk. First attack is going to hit. Second attack is going to miss. And it is going to do 10 slashing damage to Trolk. And then go for another attack, but you were able to step out of the way. It'll be like an hour more. And yeah, let's see if the rogue is going to actually pay attention to... She is. So this rogue is going to turn around and look at Sniff, and is going to take a dagger attack towards you. You slyly jump out of the way as another dagger comes and slashes you in the arm, doing 6 slashing damage. She max rolled her dagger attack. You can scream into the mic now. He turned off his mic and is swearing at me.
Yeah, I did.
Trolk.
You don't want to get...
Well, this combat's been really weird because the crits aren't doing damage and the normal attacks are.
The crits have been rolling so low.
We got a whole Joel moment right now.
Okay. Bonus attack on the wizard. 13.
Does hit. Wizards are easy to hit.
7 damage.
The wizard is flickering in and out of existence, but is barely hanging on. Okay.
24 to hit on the...
Definitely hit the knight.
For 6 damage.
Cool. Awesome. Oh, poop. Hold on just half a second.
You destroyed her fucking diaper?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me.
Just back with right now.
Do you know what that would do?
Fucking cottonmouth. Okay, Cool. So at this point, you see at the far end of this trail, an old man steps into view. You can see his face, which is weird because all the people you've seen up to this point have been wearing masks. Up on his head, on the top of his head, he has what looks like just a pair of goggles and a face mask to protect against fumes and maybe sparks and stuff that come off his work. But you see a guy in work attire. You can tell that he's still undead like the ones you've seen, but you do see his face. And he's like, I have protection. Follow me. And you see him walk back up the trail. Schnorr, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hidden step and turn invisible for 1 turn.
Cool.
So I'm going to come around the monk. And so it was around right here that the cleric turned into the gem, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pick that up.
Awesome.
And then
you pocket
main action dash to come into up there.
Amazing. Cool.
And I am still invisible until the start of my next turn.
The monk, looking visibly confused, runs down to Trolk to do some punches.
I'm going to use my reaction when he gets in my range to attack him.
Cool. Do it.
16.
That will hit.
10.
So yeah, he gets into range and you stab right through him. And as he was flickering before, really hurt, the jewel forms and lands on the ground. Wizard is going to attack Trolk. And
everyone attack Trolk.
Wizard can't do a thing in this battle.
No, he hit me for 1 fire damage.
I know that the very, very beginning. Beldoris.
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna try to finish off this row over here. So with my bonus action, I'm gonna attack with my flail.
Okay.
The 9 to hit.
Does I think your draconic roar is only for one turn, huh?
But he would be. Oh no, he's not flanking with the spiritual weapon.
Nope, that does not hit spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So you can still attack.
Yeah. Well, after hearing the dude up the path, I'm gonna actually disengage from my action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move. It's a long strider, right? So I'm gonna move
40 feet
over here.
Cool. Sniff.
Just a second. Thanks for leaving me.
You can do the same thing. You can disengage and run with.
You just won't get quite as.
Do I not know how many hit points the rogue has left?
You do not. Pretty beat up, but you're not sure how fast it would take to take her down.
I could throw as a bonus action, right?
As an action, you can throw.
Yeah.
As an action. Can I still run after that?
You can run, but you won't be able to disengage. So it will. The rogue, if you throw and run, the rogue will get an attack on you as you're running away. If you disengage, it won't get the attack.
Which, just because you get the attack of opportunity, isn't always a bad thing. If it can put you into a better situation, it's often worth it. Unless you know they hit really hard.
So if I drop something, will it not carry its intended effect? So I have broken glass from the lantern in the first fight.
Yeah.
Can I drop that or chuck it at her before I leave, like pocket sand?
I mean, you could just. It wouldn't do any damage, but it would be like a disengage if it's a pocket sand move. It would just be a funny disengage.
Yeah, I'm gonna funny disengage and throw half of my broken glass, hoping it'll get in the leather armor.
Just
run away.
Just be annoying.
Like
so yeah, you toss this broken glass, and she raises her arm to block it to keep it from getting in her ghostly eyes. And when she puts her hand down, you're just gone. She's like,
perfect.
Fuck.
And then I yell substitution jutsu, and I run all the way over here.
So yeah, you'll be able to get like right here.
Oh wait, that's not grabbing. Oh, this one.
Cool. Then we will go to the night, which will...
We won't talk about all the trees that I peed on in that area.
Both attacks are 15.
16 is my AC,
Cool.
so they both
It looked like one landed on 19, but they're both 9s. So he's gonna miss. Rogue is... You know what? Let me see what the rogue's gonna do. Rogue, being covered in little shards of glass, is gonna dip into the woods and hide.
Bye.
See, I told you, pocket glass.
Rogues are smart. They know when they're outnumbered and not going to be able to finish the battle. Run away, live to be a ghost another day. Truck.
Mm-hmm.
Knights aren't so dumb. I'm smart.
Bonus action on the wizard.
Cool.
21.
Yep. Wizard turned into a jewel.
Okay.
Wizard had 1 hit point.
God damn it, of course he did. Attack on the knight. $22.
Does hit.
That's 13. Max damage.
Okay.
Still breathing.
It's flickering badly. You know, as much as that wizard was flickering. Anything else you'd like to do?
There's not really anything else I can do.
I was just wondering if you're going to run with everybody else.
You don't survive long in a pit if you run away.
Okay. Cool. Shinor.
So seeing the wizard go down as I'm passing him, I'm also going to grab his orb and keep on moving.
You have cleric jewel and wizard jewel.
The 2 magical boys.
These are actual jewel pods. You can just.
Oh my goodness. I was hitting.
Oh yeah, I love that spiritual high.
Cool. Monk, wizard,
And then
Beldorus.
I would be dashing to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, Beldorus, your turn.
All right. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna move Beldorus. What's everybody else?
Okay.
I think as a last thing, I'm gonna also move my spiritual weapon over here.
Cool. You make an attack.
Steal the kill.
Yep.
Steal the kill.
If you hit, you will steal the kill. But it has a higher. It doesn't hit though. Cool. Sniff. You're gonna run with them.
How far can Sniff throw?
Usually 20
to
20
60 feet.
20 feet without disadvantage, up to 60 feet with disadvantage.
So you can throw it to there, but it would be at disadvantage from where you currently are.
I'll take it. If I miss, I'm just gonna hit Trolk anyways.
If you roll a 1, you might just hit Trolk. So
I'm down, girl.
So roll 2 d20s, and we'll take the lowest. It's almost a 1. So what were you throwing?
I'm throwing a dagger.
Yeah, this dagger goes about 20 feet and just clinks on the ground right here.
Another one.
You don't have 2 attacks per turn.
Not yet, at least.
But you can run up towards your friends. But if you like Troll,
was the throwing all I could do?
Yeah, that was your action.
Oh, lame. I'm sorry, Chalk. I was intending on hitting you.
All good.
Well, I guess I'll run towards the dagger. So I can pick it up. Because I don't trust you to retrieve it for me.
Cool. This knight is surrounded. Oh, I'm sorry. He's going to actually hit both of his last attacks.
Well, he dies after the first one.
Oh, you're gonna...
Thunderous Rebuke.
Okay, first one will do 6 damage.
Rebuke.
And he takes 1 damage.
2d8 lightning damage, but yes. I will pick up
I'm
his
assuming
crystal.
The monks and the knights crystals.
Yep, and then are we out of initiative?
Yeah, you're good now.
I'm gonna go see if I can't find that rogue. I'm gonna see if I can't find his trail.
I'm gonna jump on
not
top of
following the rest of us then.
Nope. I'm
Cool.
with Troll.
Roll me.
I'm just gonna go over to where he disappeared.
Yeah,
and then see if I can follow his trail.
roll me an investigation for that. See if you find any sort of remnants of him.
14. I doubt it.
Unfortunately,
If the rogue's good at what they do,
the rogue is pretty good at... I mean, also, not only are they good at hiding, they are a ghost.
Yeah.
They do have an incorporeal form that they can just pretty much not touch anything and get out of there. So you're not
leave any traps.
not really seeing anything.
Fine. I'll go after everybody else. But I am on high alert for that sneaky little mother.
Cool. So you catch up with the old man, and he seems actually in better condition than, even though he's old, he doesn't seem as much of a spirit as the rest of the masked people you've met. And you come into an opening to a field. You move you up into the next area.
What are those blue things?
And it's been a minute, so you guys lose your spiritual weapons.
Yep.
So, long shudder on Beldoris lasts 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, you're walking for about 5 minutes, so it's still kind of on there. And he guides you, and right before he gets to these blue glowy things in the area, he puts his mask on, and he almost looks like, what is that, a plague doctor kind of look to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks through the blue fly. They almost look like fireflies. And he goes into the house and motions for you guys to come in with him.
Ooh, he wants us to romance him.
So I'm going to try to control these, kind of like I control my spores. Or at least I'm going to attempt to.
Okay. You do that with magic, so roll Arcana. Nothing happens. Like you almost try and
them. What happens?
Roll a Constitution saving. Just kidding. Nothing happens. It kind of like phases through you.
Can I collect them in a flask?
You can't.
What are these orange pot thingies over here?
Looking closer at these, they are cauldrons. And whatever every about maybe 15 seconds, a blue thing flows out of them and starts flying around with all the others.
Wait, so are they like firefly-like things, or what?
Yeah,
Am I able to tell what they
the
are?
cauldrons look like they're producing these little firefly things. But the fireflies are incorporeal as well, like ghosts.
Is it liquid? Is it gas?
In the cauldrons is a liquid, and they're bubbling. It's a very slow boil that's on there. It's some kind of alchemy that this guy's using. You don't really recognize it. This is high advanced stuff.
So it's foreign to sniff.
Yeah, this is foreign to sniff. Cool.
Collect it.
Yeah, you can get a file of it.
Perfect. I have 2 sweet tea jugs of this.
Awesome. Cool. Trulk, give me a perception check.
$23.
23. As you step into the fireflies, you get about halfway to the door. The rogue appears behind you and lunges at you. You do see this with the 23. As she gets into the fireflies attack her.
Oh. I was going to ask if...
She doesn't turn into a jewel. She just melts away and becomes pretty much a firefly herself and disappears.
Damn it. I was hoping I could attack her before she used my reaction when she got into range to dab her, but I guess not.
She was trying to sneak attack you. You did see it coming, but she died before.
Unfortunately, we can't catch them all.
No, and
Troll lets out a low guttural growl at her escaping his vengeance.
Cool. You made it to the alchemist's hut. Only a little bit of trouble along the way. He seems tired. He walks up and sits down on his bed. Well, I haven't had visitors here in a long time. What can I do for you?
It's not necessarily particularly what you can do for us specifically, but for
I have an
the
idea.
valley as a whole.
I have an idea of why you are here. That little sneaky librarian talked to you, didn't she?
So you know of her.
Oh, of course.
Makes sense.
She's been trying to get me to come live with those people for a while.
But that was before we showed up, now wasn't it? Things have changed.
It's true. I don't see how they've changed. I know there's no living things here besides the Leonins and you. Do you know if the masks coming together will actually cause anything good?
It's worth a shot at least, is it not?
I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable here. I just don't know if you guys are really going to make much of a difference. What have you done?
We have to lose living with the others.
What have you done here that could persuade me? Something that a native person from here could not have done. I know the hunter goes out and the hunter hunts things. We have the pirate has swords to fight battles. Like what's special about you guys besides being alive?
Just that. At least we're alive.
I don't see it. I mean, I see that you're alive, but I don't see how that's any different than what we've had in this valley for the last 50 years.
How long have they been trapped in here again?
For about 50 years.
Okay. So, well, you see, we have already helped the hunter with what she was wanting.
And what was that? Why couldn't she do that on her own?
Because so she wasn't able to see the creature that she was hunting. So something with her mask made it so that she couldn't see the deer that she was hunting. So we helped her with that, and now she's free.
Really?
And I motion to whoever is holding her mask to show it. I can't remember who has it. I know one of us does. It's probably Cholk, I think.
I think
Cholk has it.
Yeah, I have it. I'll pull it out.
You didn't kill her for that.
And ask him, what did you come here seeking?
I moved out here to get away from that little librarian. She's not
No.
bad. She's just very persistent.
Before the curse, what did you come to this valley seeking?
Well, seeking reagents for my potions. Mostly a place for me and my beloved to settle down. But she died a long time ago. So, you can't give me that.
Well, are there any
Or can we?
that you would like to potion out of?
Oh, I have all the potions I need. And the spirits don't bother me with my cauldrons out there. Like I said, I am comfortable. Only thing I want in this world is my wife back. Well, that's not going to happen.
Can I persuade him into drinking something?
Tell me how.
If I drink it, can I kiss him on the mouth?
This is so out of.
So is this that one that you made earlier?
Yes. Can I do it without consent?
Officially, I think
I'll
you
do the doggy eyes. I'll do puppy eyes if I have to.
Let me look up that potion really quick to get you a better answer. Oh.
I'm using the same website you gave me.
Yep. Do you know what page that was on? It's in the legendary potions, huh?
No, it's just a roll. You can randomly roll random potions and see which one has ingredients that are what you can use, stuff that you've gathered that makes
Okay.
sense to the area. Like grow claws on each hand is just a hawk's egg and fermented spider eyes. That's fun. And then your side effect, you can only make horse sounds. Perfect.
There's so many potions in here.
Give me creative choice. Give me
Does that
creative
say
choice.
hemorrhoid ointment?
Yep.
Okay.
Because one of you guys looks like a heavy lifter, so I'll make it. You'll just be pooping spiders for 3 days.
I mean, how does that change from every other day?
True.
Don't they say that you eat like 30 spiders a night in your sleep?
I wish I can eat more, honestly.
I thought it was like within your lifetime that you'll eat roughly 30, not 30 a night.
I know.
No, you're laying down, your mouth is open, and a row of 30 spiders train into your mouth.
It actually happens in the first 5 minutes.
Right when you hit. Give me the freedom.
I mean, actually, that reading what you just sent me, it kind of sounds like you have if you drink it, you'll have the answer to kind of something in the immediate area.
Oh, if I drink it.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh man, I was hoping I could force somebody else to drink it.
So if you have a question about something in the immediate vicinity and you drink that, you'll be able to kind of see the answer.
Can I gather one question from each of my party members?
I mean, you can talk to them about it if you want to before you drink it. You have a minute. Yeah, after you drink it, you have a minute to figure out what question you want the answer to.
All right, so let's get this out of the way then. Beldana, do you have a question we can ask him, knowing that we only have one true answer we could get from him? What question should we ask him to get this moving?
Well,
Beldana.
There's no point to using this potion when we don't think he's going to lie to us yet.
No, but we want the answer now instead of beat around the bush, because we're really beating around that bush. I'm impatient as a wart on the bottom of a pig right now. Let's go. I'm gonna spit it in his eyes.
You just have to drink it.
He
doesn't need the answers to anything. Or does he?
So, while Sniff is trying to figure out this potion, so I'm asking the guy, so your wife, did she die before or after the curse fell upon this valley?
I'm a preparer. I like to be ready for certain things. I heard the Llewellyns weren't very hospitable to people moving here, but I also knew the valley was full of things that I needed for my potions. So even though I knew they were going to try and kick us out, I moved here anyway. And when I saw the silver mist coming towards my house, I was prepared. And I moved down into a bunker behind my house. I don't need it now. But me and my wife lived down there for 30 years. And she was not affected by the mist until about 20 years ago. And that's when she fell to the she died then.
Do you know if there's a way that you can see her again?
Oh, I've seen her. But she's not herself. It's not my wife that haunts me now. Her visage is in these woods,
have you seen her?
Oh, she travels these woods. But it's not her.
She's the librarian.
She wouldn't. She's not one of these masks. When the silver mist got to her, herself was gone. And I'm not looking for you to go hunt down a ghost. That's not going to bring me any solace. She doesn't come near here.
What would be solace?
Like if you can bring actually her back. She was one for puzzles. And
Do you know if there is a special spell or a potion or something that would help us to bring her back? Restore her to life?
You're closer to the gods than I am. Maybe
if anyone's gonna have that answer, it's one of you guys.
If you have resurrection spells, that's something your clerics, that's what your gods can do. But that's a big one to ask of a of a lowly cleric like yourself.
I asked him how long it took to craft those cauldrons of mysterious fluid.
I got them finished about 10 years ago, so it took me about 10 years to get them working the way they do.
Alright, can I craft that potion that I sent you?
The J6 elixir?
No, Kiernan's container.
Is he wearing a mask? He's not one of the undead.
He is undead, but he seems a lot more alive than everyone else.
Because he's only been under the effect for 20 years versus 50.
Yes.
But he does have a mask.
He has a mask, but he doesn't keep it on his face. It's more of like a protection from. It's like face masks for COVID kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he keeps it on his head. He doesn't wear it on his face unless he's walking through his little cloud of fireflies.
It just seemed like everybody else's was stuck on their head, wasn't it? Like they couldn't remove it.
Yes.
Or am I misremembering? So he can take his off.
He can take it off of his face.
I can send you a picture so you know I'm not altering it.
I mean, roll to make it.
In the middle of this conversation we're having with this guy.
Oh, this is what Sniff does. Like this is 100% what he's like picking up stuff in the room and like pocketing it.
I got a 20.
He doesn't care about helping this guy. He just like push it.
Yeah, you're able to
perfect
gather that together.
I will love to intimidate him, saying these cauldrons of yours will be nothing, and I will vanquish 100 gallons of liquid from these. If you don't tell us how we can help you.
That's a Kiernan's. It's 100 gallons worth of water. My cauldrons are fine.
So they're not water-based?
It's.
Is it
try it out.
Based?
Try it out.
The only side effect is I'm gonna smell like strawberries.
You can waste your potion if you want to. I've protected these. I know what they do.
So they can't be altered if I pour things in them.
You can try. I don't think you'll like the result.
I'm gonna try to calm Sniff down. I'll tell him, "Hey, Sniff, I think we just heard that they just wants to see his dead wife again. I think that's all that he really wants right now. Probably don't have to
And
ruin
see
his
the true her,
cauldron, but
not what she's become.
If we kill him, he can meet her again.
I turn away in
Sniff?
disgust.
Killing everything we see is not
Sniff?
gonna fix our problem.
I'm really high on fumes from the last potions I brewed. So, how about I
Sniff,
go
why don't you
outside?
take a step outside and get some fresh air?
I'm gonna steal things. I'm gonna do perception check.
Somebody
going outside.
go with him.
If I can get something. Perception check. I want to loot shit.
I will follow Sniff outside.
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check really fast.
$15.
You're finding mountain flowers. I mean, bark from the trees. Nothing. He's not like growing anything special here.
All right, I'll just start pocketing flowers.
Cool. Shador.
I'm gonna be trying to eat those bugs.
Bildoris, what else?
I'm gonna ask Trolk. Trolk, do you happen to know any resurrection spells? I honestly have not advanced that far in my training as a cleric, so I do not know much besides blessing and curing people of their wounds. But I honestly don't know where we can find a spell to resurrect people. You think
To
maybe we
bring
should go to
someone
the
back from the
library?
dead requires much more dedication to one's god than I possess.
If we know where the body is, Sniff can try to craft a potion.
Although I don't think any revival spell, personally, would be necessary. So, this is not me just saying that because that's whole something I'm against. I genuinely don't think that it will be necessary for this.
I know you guys mean well. And you know you want to bring me back to the fold of the masks and save this whole valley or whatever, which is very honorable for you guys to be doing. Unfortunately, I think I'm a lost cause. My wife used to give me puzzles, and that would make me happy. She was very smart. She came up with the best riddles. I have a book down in my shelter that has a bunch of her old riddles. And she always promised that she'd send me on another one, and then she died. If I could see one of her riddles again, or at least be told about a good riddle that she did, I might be willing to come with you guys.
Where do you think she might have had one of those books of riddles?
Well, I don't think she ever finished her.
Well, we'll have to go find her for that, won't we?
I don't think she ever finished her last riddles before she died. If she did, she hid them from me. She always hung them up on the doors downstairs.
Maybe we should go there. What do you all think?
Sniff and me are outside. You guys kicked us out.
No, you followed me. You didn't get kicked out. You just had
Whatever.
to keep an eye on the baby's out
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Well, he's out doing stuff. I'm gonna sit down and ritually cast, take 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic so I can check out these crystals that we harvested from these dead things.
Cool. Yeah, you can tell that it's not really the soul of the person, but just the energy of that person. Looking back to Silvervale, that same kind of feeling that you get from these crystals, you got from the graveyard area.
Okay.
There's probably nothing you can do with these that is very useful, but they're a piece of that person, at least a little bit of a piece of that person. What happens when you can't go to heaven or hell?
You go to purgatory.
You get stuck in a crystal and are just there. Anyway, what would you guys like to do?
I want to craft a potion.
I go to the bunker and check it out.
So I am going to request and see if he will let me take a look at his mask to see if there's any like symbols engraved on it, like we saw with the hunter that had the matching symbols with the deer.
Yep.
So I'm going to see if he
per-
has any markings on his mask that stand out like those ones.
Yeah, roll perception.
$22.
Yeah, this mask, even though it originally just looks like just something like a face covering with some goggles, like as you get closer, you can see really fancy stitching in it that it's in some writing that you do not. It's like a demonic writing, but the stitching in the face covering is covered in it. And Beldoras, you
I
enter
through here. Where's the entrance? Is it this thing over here in the corner?
No, it's those stairs.
What?
Like going down those stairs. Yeah, and that thing in the corner is a door. That's right. That thing in the corner is a door, and you appear at those stairs.
Oh, actually, well, I guess before I went down the stairs, I wanted to investigate the room up there and see if there was anything, like riddle books or whatever.
Yeah, go roll a perception check.
$17.
So this one, you can see there's a bunch of potion bottles. A lot of them look acrid and old. The book on there just has basic recipes for mostly potions for kind of a scrying effects, trying to find out where different potion ingredients are in this valley. But all the ones on the floor are pretty gross. Like he hasn't touched them in a very long time. But that's all alchemist stuffed in there.
All right. I guess after seeing things that don't look like riddle books, I'm gonna go into this room over here. I don't know, there's like books on there.
Those are books. Back in Silvervale, Sniff did talk to the librarian And she said all the books on alchemy were taken by the alchemist. And you do see, actually, good amount of them are alchemist books. And you do see a couple handwritten books that do have riddles in them, but all of them have the answers written right underneath them in a different handwriting. So these are older than, these are back when him and his wife were together. When they were stuck in
already solved ones.
Stuck inside a shelter, she was writing riddles for him, and he had solved all of these ones that you see. Roll me another perception check while you're down there.
Okay. Oh, 3.
You noticed about 2 or 3 volumes of those answered. It looks almost like someone's old Sudoku book, just like old and ragged, but every single one of the puzzles are figured out. And you see they're little cute riddles, most of them. None of them are too hard, but you don't...
Could you read them to us?
Yeah, 1 second.
And then, so while Vildoris is down doing that, I would still be talking with the alchemist, and at some point I likely would have asked if there was any riddles during their time together that he couldn't find the answer for, that are still unsolved.
One of the riddles you see, it's like, it says, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? And underneath it, do you want to try for it? But underneath it, the answer is written out.
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
Underneath it, it says footsteps. He says that all the ones that she ever gave him, he was able to solve. And she promised him, she promised that she would make more, but was never able to. We're getting to the end, so roll me one more perception check.
All right. Well,
so you do see on the door behind you. You weren't there when you saw the stag, but the stag had this weird dark energy. It was supposed to be this like white, pristine, beautiful stag that the hunter was looking for, but could never see it. And it turned out to be almost demonic and evil. And nailed with a gross, rusty nail on this door right here is a piece of parchment. And it says, "To my love, the puzzles are inside." But it's written like almost in a demonic sketch. It's weird and creepy looking, even though it says "my love."
That's creepy. I take it with me and bring it back to the others.
Cool. We'll move you back with the others.
Does he like us to give him riddles? Would he want a riddle?
He wants his wife's riddles. It's not the riddle itself.
If he can't see the paper, then chances are he probably won't believe us if we try to tell him it's from his wife. So.
Oh, and after you defeated the stag, she was able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty much, it sounds like you guys have to figure out the puzzles.
We have to solve this riddle.
Solve the riddle in order to...
For it to be revealed to him.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, Beldoris comes out and shows you guys this creepy looking letter with a nice message on it. And tells you where it came from. What would you guys like to do?
So it said, "To my love, the puzzles are inside."
Yep, and it was a piece of paper nailed to a door.
Okay, which is the exact same way that he said that she would post the riddles to him.
Is it an envelope or is it just the?
It was just the piece of paper nailed on that door.
And we know he's not the one that...
And he cannot see this paper, like you're theorizing.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Was it on the inside or outside of the door?
It was in the first. It was in the first room, but it was.
I think we should
at the very beginning of the shelter.
Okay.
If it's anything like the stag or anything like that, I think we need to rest up because I am not feeling too hot.
Yeah.
And if there's anything...
Last thing we want is to try to go solve this riddle and the wife comes and tries to stop us. And
so...
in our current state.
Rest, and then we can try and deal with this when we're at full.
Mañana.
Yes.
Cool.
Does that mean we go back to that town and go into the inn?
No.
No, we can just rest there.
You just spend...
We would request to rest here.
You just spend 8 hours. I mean, this is a safe zone inside this cauldron circle.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to come attack you here.
The fireflies seem to protect us from any undead beings.
Cool.
Which would explain why he puts on his mask when he passes through it, so that he doesn't get attacked by his own defense system.
Awesome. So you spend the next 8 hours resting up, sleeping, tending to your wounds, and then you head down into the shelter.
Can I ask the alchemist if I can use his alchemy lab real quick?
Oh, it's down in the shelter.
Oh.
Yeah, he mentions that he doesn't do much alchemy these days anymore.
Does he have anything he is willing to pass on? Any knowledge for another alchemist?
Oh, of course, you can go through my books as much as you want.
But you're also down in the...
Also down in the shelter.
Awesome. Well, this is the door right here that Beldoris got there.
Sniff is greedily ripping pages out of random books.
Yeah, a lot of the books are just him. A lot of them tell the different areas where he's been finding different types of stuff. So if you're looking for something specific, it'll be in these papers. And you can travel the valley and find it. Awesome.
Sniff, instead of ripping out the papers, just grab all the books. We'll carry them for you.
Perfect. I hand you 47 dictionaries. Dictionary books if you want them. I would just take the pages with the information, but if you want to hold 20 pounds of books, That's yours.
Encyclopedia Arcania. Cool. So this place, the lanterns seem to be forever lit, which is kind of cool. It doesn't look like he's been down here in a very long time, but the lanterns are still very lit and still running. You head through the first door and you walk up that first passage, and let me make sure I do this one right. On right there. On the first door to your left is another page nailed to the door. On the page, it has a riddle that says, I have a tongue that never speaks. I open wide for those who seek. I close my mouth to keep you safe, or trap you in a darkened nape.
Sounds like a mimic.
Can you copy paste that into the Discord so I can read it? My ADHD did not process half of that.
It's gonna be a reverse Google search.
Done. So you're looking at this door and reading the riddle.
Is the answer already underneath it?
The answer is not on this one. He hasn't played with this one yet. This one's actually probably one of the hardest ones that I have.
I'm gonna ask everybody, what do you think will happen if we get it wrong?
Maybe one of us might meet a fatal end. The ceiling might collapse, the floor might break through, a door will stub your toe. I don't know.
But you forget that this was written by a loving wife. So, hopefully, I would assume it's not something that severe.
Perhaps just nagging.
Well, let's find out. I want to say a river. A river has a mouth.
Nothing happens.
It doesn't close to keep you safe, though.
I'm gonna guess a mimic.
Is not. So these are going to be things that are this one's a tricky one. That are
I do perception.
that are in the room that they're associated with.
So
I will roll for perception.
My thought is that it's referring to the cellar.
That's a good guess. I'm going to say the paper lights up a tiny bit, but doesn't quite. Swan, this door is actually locked, so you aren't able to perceive inside this room.
I'm gonna use my potion of one answer.
Hold on.
Do you want to use it right now, though? How many potions of that do you have?
Just one.
It only takes a flower. And a skill check. There's so many flowers outside here. We can make so many potions. We can have all the answers. Either that or I just start throwing up boiling water. Did you even open those messages?
We know that cellar is close.
Cellar, like, you ever play that game where it's on online and you put a word in because you're looking for a specific word. You put a word in. It tells you how close you are.
No,
it's
not Wordle.
Made,
but I know what you're referring to.
I think it's made by the same people that make Wordle.
Yeah, it is.
The New York Times, I hate them.
And
well, no, so the original creators of Wordle New York Times bought out.
Cellar would be like in the 90s. Not quite 100.
If I say
but it's closer.
There's a chance that that paper might light up.
I'll tell you how close you are if you just start spouting words. This one, like I said, this one's probably the hardest one out of all of them.
Wood.
It doesn't light up.
Fireplace.
Nothing.
Home.
So you can't. Okay, I'll just. You can't see in this room. So you don't know what's in this room yet. The door has shut.
And it's locked, right?
And it's locked. With a padlock.
What if I hold up my dagger to it?
So Sniff, what did you just say before that?
Can I intimidate the paper with a dagger?
No, right before that. I think you said really close to the answer. Like a 99.
You might have heard what I said. I said home.
No, I think it was... You're saying keys?
Keys. Cellar keys.
That is like a 99.9. It lights up almost bright enough, but not. It doesn't quite light up all the way.
So, lock?
It lights up. The lock, the paper, disappear.
Perfect. I was about to stab it.
Okay. On the kitchen door is another piece of paper. This door is open, so you can go inside and you can look around.
Can I roll a perception check to see what there is in the kitchen?
Yeah, roll perception.
16.
Surprisingly, it's a pretty normal kitchen. You see some really dry breads in the corner, some meats. In the other side, you see a few shelves with like reagents on it, ingredients and stuff. You see like 3 or 4 snakes hanging on the wall, but they're all dried out and crispy. Some meat hanging on the wall. Everything's old and dried out, but nothing. It's a kitchen, and he used the cold storage for some of his ingredients. The puzzle says, "With no feet, I run, silent as the setting sun. In me, wisdom and venom blend. Approach with caution or meet your end."
Paste that one too, please. I'm already on it.
Yep, I read it and then hurry and did it.
Snake.
The snakes on the wall and the piece of paper light up and disappear. There's 5 of these.
Go to the next
5 of these riddles or 5 of those snakes?
5 of these riddles. Across the hallway
Oh,
is kind of their dining area. Roll me a perception check.
I stole all the spices.
Nine?
23. No, sorry, 13. I'm really
13,
dumb.
a 9. You see a plant, old and dead, in the corner. On the wall, you see a shield with crossed swords. On the table, you see knives and plates. A very fancy candelabra, or I guess a chandelier, hangs above the table. Pictures of mountains and sunsets, and a cupboard full of old plates and cups. Regular dining room. The riddle for this room says, I dance and flicker without a flame, cutting silence, a whispering game. In every battle I am heard, yet never utter a single word.
Can you say that again?
I put it in the chat,
You know-
but I will say it again. I dance and flicker without a flame, cutting silence, a whispering game. In every battle I am heard, yet never utter a single word.
Battle. A trumpet?
Nope.
A dagger? A sword?
The swords on the mantle, hanging by the shield, disappear. And so does the puzzle.
Crazy.
Cool. Across the hall, again, this door has a riddle on it. Inside is kind of a catacomb. It looks like it was prepared for when they actually died. One of the catacombs isn't finished, or one of the coffins isn't finished, but the one in the middle has its lid on it. This one's a little tricky. I do not beat, yet I am strong. In ancient magic I belong. Crafted by hands so old and wise, in me a sleeping giant lies. This one's fantasy based, but it's kind of tricky. Roll me a perception for the room.
Okay.
So yeah, you see
14.
It's pretty. This room is pretty
19.
empty. Couple candles, or the everlasting candles, are lit. On the wall, it looks like there's places for urns, but all of them are empty. It was only him and his wife that lived here. Would you like to investigate anything further?
Is her body in there?
You don't know. The coffin is closed.
Are we able to open it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Heck yeah, attack it.
I'm gonna call my friends in here first.
I'm already crying at it with my...
Everybody, come in here. I think we should open this, but I'm scared.
It is best to leave the dead undisturbed. It is rest in peace, is it not?
This is true. But you think perhaps there's a clue in here?
What is
that very well may be?
What's Sniff's thought about opening this thing?
Sniff already has his daggers prying at the lid, convincing.
And I'm swatting at him to stop.
Convincing the god DM to let him craft a regular potion. Please.
Let's finish this really quick, and I'll let you craft a potion.
Wait, can we? Is that a religious symbol above the coffin?
Nah, it's just a basic headstone. There's nothing written on it.
Can I roll to use my dexterity to open it?
It would be more of a strength check, being it as it's a heavy coffin lid.
I'll try it.
Yeah, roll strength. Sniff is
20.
Sniff is into this. Like this just got exciting for Sniff. He sticks his dagger in and just hops up with all his strength, and it pushes the coffin just enough that you can see inside. There is a body inside. Not what you expect, though. Inside is a body made of stones. This looks
so
like...
is it a golem?
This is like an unanimated golem is inside here. Carved out to almost look feminine.
Why can't you speak to dead?
You cannot use Speak to Dead on this guy.
Cool, I almost wasted it.
I
was gonna pour it on the coffin. One for the homies.
So this is kind of a clue for the riddle.
Stone.
At the heart of this golem is a fancy-looking carved-up stone that disappears. And so does the puzzle. One more. On this door down here, there is one more puzzle. Inside this room is their bedroom.
Bow.
Roll a perception check.
Get the black light.
$12.
17.
So yes, bed chambers. This is actually one of the more well taken care of rooms. There is a dresser with all their clothes, a dead plant in the corner, sword and shield on the wall, a rug on the floor. Beldoris notices that this book on the table is the same type of book that all the puzzles were written in before. Same binding, same color type of paper. And the puzzle is: in halls of silence, I speak volumes, bound by skin yet bloodless. Seek me for wisdom, lost and profound. but beware the truths that are bound.
Books.
The book
Souls.
the book on the table disappears. So does the puzzle. You hear down the hallway the old alchemist seeming to be looking at the the nail holes touching the doors. He looks more alive than he was before. He seems to not be noticing you at all as he wanders through the hallways and the old rooms in his bunker. He has a slight smile on his face. And it's like, you did write me one more. His goggles and his mask fall to the ground as he grows more incorporeal, and disappears.
I will pick up his mask.
You did it.
Does he leave any remnants from fading into the ground?
He doesn't
Can I scoop it up.
He doesn't leave anything but the mask.
I'd like to investigate the fudge out of this area to see if there's anything worthwhile.
Same.
Cool. Everyone do a investigation check for. That's a lot of dice. I just need one though.
136.
Sniff is like clawing at.
I'm not going to be looting or anything.
Sniff is
I
like
think that this
clawing the ground at where he disappeared, thinking that there might be more right there.
19.
And I urinate on it.
Beldoris goes through the drawers in the desk that they found the book and finds a bag of silver with 26 gold in it. Or not gold, 26 silver pieces of the fine silver. Trolk goes into this last room. The door is stuck, so pushes up against it. And this is more of a storage place.
This room?
Yep. Digs around. Bunch of old bottles are in here. And finds a little coffer with 3 rubies and 94 silver. So next time we are going to be headed back to town. If you guys want some kind of magical weapon or item, let me know, because Mr. Traveling Salesman's going to be in town. So if you have something specific, let me know. You guys have some silver now that you can spend. He'll be around, so.
Since this is the alchemist's lab, do I find any flasks or potions?
All the potions have been sitting around for a very long time and are inert. He has last 10 years he's focused on just keeping his defenses going. But you do find most of your basic ingredients. You can have a few new herbalism kits.
Can I ask for a poison kit?
Yeah, you'll definitely have a poisoner's kit here.
Perfect.
And
Oh,
if
I am
and if you want to
dandy.
and if you want to put a few more like files or potion bottles in your inventory, he has plenty around here.
All right, I'm gonna pass all those bottles to Trolk.
Yeah, Trolk just has a big sack full of books and bottles.
Trolk's just a pack mule for Sniff.
And also,
At least I'm not riding him because he would have a
way-
bald spot in the back.
a way for you guys to earn more silver would be selling books to the library if you ever find them. So you have a good amount of alchemy books and puzzle books that you just got from here. She will happily buy them from you.
Although the alchemy books are missing several pages here and there.
Some of them are a little lower quality than the others.
No, they're not missing any pages because I stopped him from stealing them all.
Some of them.
But
Some
he
of them
still
have.
tore out several pages before he stopped.
Some of them are missing pages.
But I'll put them back on with a little bit of doggy spit.
I'm sure I've got.
Yes.
I've got mending.
I'm gonna share whatever Trolk is holding for me. I'm gonna split it half and half for whatever I sell in his inventory.
Cool. Well, that is the end of our session for tonight. Got a little good puzzling in there. Well, riddling, not puzzling, in there. I will be streaming till for a couple more hours. We're gonna do some Jackbox games.
Ooh!
If you would like to join,
I like Jackbox.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and come back and play some Jackbox for the rest of the night.
No HD?
Bet.
I was requested from 4 people to do Jackbox, so I'm no Helldivers tonight.
That's fair. Well, we'll see you another night then.
Sounds good.
I'll most likely join your game, but I'll see you in I'll see you demonic. You know what? I'll see you with bugs later.
With the bugs later. I mean, if no one joins in, I'll just come over to Helldivers. But I had 3 or 4 people being like, "Oh, let's play Jackbox." I'm like, "All right."
You've at the very least got me.